Welcome Strategy Battle Gamers to the GBHL YouTube video. You hear your host GBHL Damian, and this is my hobby vlog number 23. So this is my first video back since the Nova trip. Trying to get back to the regular content and back to reality with a bump, unfortunately. But yeah, I've been doing a bit of painting this week, and so I've got some stuff to update you on, which I'm actually pleasantly surprised by how well this has gone last couple of days. It's I'm recording this on Sunday night, and I've actually managed to get a fair bit of painting done over Friday evening and the weekend. I had a very relaxing weekend and got a fair bit done, so I've got a few bits to update you on. So I'm not sure, I don't think you've even seen these guys started before, but first up we have this guy, the Armoured Mirkwood Captain. Now anyone who's been following my vlogs recently will know that I absolutely despise painting these elves, but I've done a couple of command figures over this weekend, and I actually enjoyed it because there was only two. So it's exactly the same colour scheme, with the obvious difference that I had to paint the come on, there's the face. The obvious difference that I have to paint the hair and the face on this guy, but it's exactly the same colour scheme, so I'm not going to go into that. It's just the same way of doing the golds and reds and browns that I've done on all my other elves. So if you're interested in that, you can go back over my previous hobby vlogs and have a look at the half-hour long one about how I paint my Mirkwood elves. But this model I love. It's an absolutely gorgeous sculpt, really, really good. I remember preferring it to Thranduil when it came out, but yeah, I'm pleased how this guy turned out. I spent a bit of time on him. Bits are subtly different to the other Mirkwood elves, which makes it interesting, and he's a captain, so you can spend a bit more time on him, but I'm pretty happy with him, all in all. The hair which is a bit different, I guess, is Xandri dust and crackstone highlighting. Yeah, it's cool. Nice little details on the belt in there. Very, very pleased with him and how he turned out. And alongside him, I painted the banner bearer, which I think I've shown you this guy undercoated before. I entered these two into a one ring challenge actually for to paint the painting challenge for Command, which was something like 4 months ago and never even got them started. But thankfully I was able to get them done. So yeah, I did these two guys parallel with each other, kind of painting them at the same time, and thankfully painting two of these guys was far more bearable than painting six. So as much as I really, really hate painting these elves now, being able to do two over a weekend was a little more manageable than painting six over a few weeks. So very, very pleased how this came out. If I haven't talked about this in a previous vlog, very, very easy conversion. All it is a it's a bit hard to focus on this because of the depth. It's a Rivendell Knight. Let's move you out of the way, see if that helps. It's the Rivendell Knight banner, just screwed into the tip of Palace Guard spear. Palace Guard are the only models in the Thranduil's Hall list that can take a banner, so I wanted to convert one just so I had that kind of tactical option. I thought it'd make a nice centerpiece for the force, which is kind of cool. And yeah, very, very just following the same paint scheme, but doing two at a time kind of kept my sanity. So I didn't really mind doing these two, and I think they've come out all right. And that is finishing off my very last number of Palace Guards. So as much as I've still got those 6 over there to do at some point, I now know that I have done 29 of my 35 red and gold elves that I need to do. So I'm really, really getting there, and I feel like I'm almost there. So these guys get to join the rest of their friends on the elf shelf over here. I'll pop them in there. Oh god. There we go. Something like that. That is my current Thranduil's Hall army. We've got Tariel leading the Mirkwood Rangers, and then the captain, my old Legolas, and old Thranduil leading a whole bunch of Mirkwood elves. So I've now got in there 10 Palace Guard and 18 Mirkwood elves that I've been painting up, and it makes quite a cool looking force when they're all put together. I'm really pleased with how this is coming together. And if you've been following this, you know that my ideal, one of my aims for this year was to make an elf army, like paint from scratch an elf army, because I've never done an elf army before, and I think that is it's pretty much done. But yeah, so those guys, so I've now got some extra command figures to lead those guys. I'm very, very happy with how they turned out. Cool models as well. That's not it. You also, I think, saw this guy part finished a few weeks ago, but I have now also finished Elrond. The brand new Elrond, Lord of the West, from New Vanquishers of the Necromancer. It's a bit darker there for some reason. And I have now finished him. I adore this model. I know a lot of people didn't like it. I've said this before. A lot of people didn't like it, but I thought it was absolutely great. I've definitely talked about this in a hobby vlog before. Because I talked about the problems I had with working out what colour everything should be. But I'm really happy with the colour scheme as it turned out in the end. I think the face came out nicely. It's a good likeness of Hugo Weaving, I think. Nice detail on the crown. It was a pig to put together, as I think I've talked about in the past, but well worth it because it is a great, great model, really dynamic. I was quite pleased with how the cloak came out. I don't know how well the various blending bits are showing up on this, but obviously went for this kind of cream look and kind of used a similar technique to how I painted the Saruman that I did recently. So there's quite a lot of nice subtle changes on this that I'm very, very happy with how that turned out. But yeah, he was tricky to paint at times. I wouldn't say I massively enjoyed painting him, but I'm pleased to kind of get him ticked off. I think he looks very, very cool. He's a very nice model to have done and added to collection. He's also, as I mentioned a while back, my first Elrond. I don't have an Elrond painted, so it's cool to be able to add him into the collection. But yeah, I just love this model, very, very happy with it. And for the moment at least, why don't we stick him on the same elf army. And there we go. And some various heroes now leading Thranduil's whole army. Let's turn you around. There he is. It's a cool little pose. Very happy with that. So yeah, that's been my week of hobbying since I've been back. It's not really a week, just a few days. I'm very pleased, managed to get a Captain, Elrond and the Banner Bearer done. And so I turn to what I'm going to do next. And at long last, I'm doing this guy, moving on to Thranduil. Again, if you've been following my vlogs for a while, you'll know that I actually said I was going to paint this guy, I think it was 5 months ago in one of my hobby vlogs. It was right at the end, he was there, and I was either going to do 6 Mirkwood elves or this guy, and I picked the 6 Mirkwood elves, and they were the ones that took me 10 weeks. So this guy's been benched for some time now, but his time has come. I enjoyed working on a couple of figures over the weekend, so I'm going to stick to the heroes and work on a few more of those, hopefully enjoy it before I get to those hideous Mirkwood elves. So this guy is next up, and I'm going to start working on him tomorrow. I'm off to the Slayer Gaming tournament this weekend, so I don't think I'll get too much time to do any hobbying. So I reckon I might get this guy base coated, shaded, and maybe a couple of highlights done. So Thursday night before I head off, I'll kind of make a judgment call on how far I've got with him and see if it's worth doing a hobby vlog. As you guys know, I only do these hobby vlogs when I think there's something worthwhile showing you. So if he's just looking a bit shaded, I'll probably leave it and come back in 2 weeks when he's completely finished. But if I've managed to make some significant progress on him before then, you might get a hobby vlog. So there we go. So you'll either see part painted Thranduil next week, or hopefully completed Thranduil in 2 weeks' time. That's my hope for my hobby vlog. So yeah, there you go. That's what I've been up to. Hope you've enjoyed having this little look at what I've been up to recently, what I've been painting, how this kind of elf army is growing. It's quite cool, quite exciting, and yeah, I'll be trying it out in some more tournaments. I'm definitely taking some of these guys to the East Grinstead tournament in October, so I'll be trying some of them out then. But yeah, until then, don't forget to comment, like, share and subscribe. Follow us on Twitter and like us on Facebook. Support Jamie on Patreon. Support your hobby, and happy strategy battle gaming.